You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome back. Today we're jumping into, well, quite a mix in web development and AI. There's some really fascinating stuff happening, from takes on junior devs to how we actually fund open source. You know, here on Vocal Technologist, we try to pull out the key things you need to know. So let's start with this question. Could AI, fix your code before a bug even shows up, make everything super smooth? Or is it actually going to slow things right down, make coding unbearable? Let's try and unpack that a bit. First up, AI and people, right? The future workforce. AWS CEO Matt Garman said something pretty punchy, calling the idea of replacing junior staff with AI the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He thinks they're essential, not just cheap labor, but bringing fresh AI skills. What's your take?
Yeah, that's interesting. What's fascinating there is it's not really just about the cost, is it? Garman's point, I think, is about the irreplaceable value of humans learning.
Yeah.
Developing critical thinking, foundational problem solving. AI is powerful, sure, but it just can't replicate that, that organic learning curve juniors have. That's vital stuff for the long run.
Makes total sense. But then you hear these other ideas, like compounding engineering,
Right.
where the AI learns from bug fixes, PRs, and basically improves itself and the code over time. Like, imagine an AI fixing production errors automatically. And this idea of vibe coding, where AI just kind of gets you, generates code almost as you think it, sounds like a massive productivity boost.
Well, yes, those examples really highlight AI's learning power and automation potential. It paints a picture of AI as this evolving partner, which definitely sets us up for a more complex reality than just AI takes jobs.
But it's not all smooth sailing, right? Because this is where it gets really interesting, the other side of the coin.
Okay.
The unbearable slowness of AI coding. Despite the initial promise of speed, some devs are finding it slow. One developer said as their app got bigger, they felt less like a coder and more like a QA engineer for the AI.
Fixing hallucinations, yeah.
Exactly. Fixing Claude's mistakes about libraries. It became a real time drain, apparently. Raises trust issues, too.
That kind of feedback is, well, it's crucial. It signals this shift we're in, what people are calling the probabilistic era of software. We're moving from, predictable inputs, predictable outputs,
Right.
towards AI's more emergent, sometimes kind of unpredictable behavior. The key thing here is we need to adapt how we think. Less rigid, deterministic planning, more. Continuous experimentation, validation.
So like building systems ready for AI quirks.
Exactly. It raises that big question, though. Can we rely on these tools for really critical stuff?
Well, the AI isn't waiting for us to figure it out. Look at GPT-5.
Right.
Apparently, it's not just answering questions, but picking models, suggesting whole apps from vague ideas. And DeepSeek v3.1, faster, better agent skills. They're pushing hard.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, yes, AI is getting more autonomous, but it also just doubles down on the need for that empirical, almost scientific approach. We have to embrace the uncertainty, learn to manage these tools. It demands a different kind of diligence from us.
Okay, so while AI reshapes how we code, let's look at the what. The tools developers are actually using right now. What's new and useful? Expo SDK v54 beta is out. That means React Native 0.81, React 19.1.0. And get this precompiled React Native for iOS, faster build times, plus Android 16 stuff like edge-to-edge displays. Also seeing practical things like guides for SVG paths and this Grug design idea.
Grug. Keep it simple.
Yeah, basically. Like caveman simple, clear, functional, no unnecessary complexity.
Yeah, these updates, they have immediate impact. Faster builds, better UX. It all helps. And that Grug philosophy, it's a good reminder amidst all the complexity. Keep it functional. And speaking of evolving tools, the State of CSS 2025 report shows CSS just keeps getting more powerful for layouts, motion, accessibility.
That's all great for the developers using the tools, but what about the people making them, the open source maintainers?
Yeah, critical point.
So much relies on open source, but funding is often shaky, leads to burnout. How do we make that work long term?
It's a huge challenge, but thankfully we're seeing some creative ideas, like the Wix toolset.
Oh, yeah. What are they doing?
They've started an open source maintenance fee. Companies pay based on their size to report issues or submit PRs.
Interesting.
And Astral, with their UV package manager, there's the free version, but also a paid enterprise registry, PIX, with extra features. These are the kinds of models we need to explore to keep these vital projects going.
So we've kind of bounced from AI's role in the workforce to the weirdness of coding with it, to new tools and funding the foundation.
That initial question, AI fixing bugs versus slowing you down, seems like the answer is Maybe both. Depends on the AI, how you use it.
It really is a spectrum, isn't it? Not just one or the other. It's been quite a tour. And maybe the thought to leave you with is this. In this world where AI is this amazing helper, but also adds new layers of complexity, how do we make sure human creativity and critical thinking keep flourishing? What's the role each of us plays in shaping this?
Something to definitely think about. Thanks for joining us for this exploration. Catch you next time.
Spoken Tech for your ears.